Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, the world has already decided you're finished? Like the door is closed, the decision is made, and nobody is willing to give you one more chance. In 2001, Robert Downey Jr. felt exactly that. Except for him, it wasn't just a feeling, it was reality, and the whole world was watching him fall. This isn't just a Hollywood story. It's about what happens when a human being hits absolute rock bottom, and what it actually takes to climb back up. I'm Arshi, and today we're diving into the part of Robert Downey Jr.'s life that most people skip over. Because the real story, the painful one, that's where everything that matters actually lives. Robert Downey Jr. didn't choose this life, and that's the first thing people get wrong about him. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker, creative, talented, but deeply addicted to drugs. And when Robert was just 6 years old, his father gave him marijuana for the first time. 6 years old, not a teenager making bad decisions, a child, sitting beside his father, thinking this was normal, thinking this was simply what people did. That single moment planted something inside him, something that would take decades to remove. By the time he was 8, his parents had separated. Whatever stability he had was gone. He moved around, struggled to find his footing, and the one constant in his life was the thing his father had introduced him to. Substances that could make the noise go quiet, if only for a little while. Some of the heaviest things we carry as adults were placed on our backs before we were old enough to understand the weight. Hollywood noticed Robert early. By his mid-20s, he was landing major roles, earning serious attention. In 1992, he starred in Chaplin and delivered a performance so remarkable that it earned him an Academy Award nomination. Critics called him one of the most naturally gifted actors of his generation. The future looked wide open. But addiction doesn't care about potential. It doesn't care about talent, and it certainly doesn't care how bright your future appears from the outside. Behind every successful appearance, every praised performance, every magazine cover, Robert was fighting a battle that was getting louder every year and harder to control. Then the walls started coming down, and they came down fast. In 1996, Robert was pulled over. Police found heroin, cocaine, and a loaded .357 Magnum pistol in his car. He was arrested, placed on probation, and ordered into rehabilitation. He didn't complete it. In 1997, he missed a mandatory drug test, walked out of a court-ordered rehab program, then broke into a neighbor's house and passed out in their bed. He didn't even know where he was. The arrests kept coming, the court dates kept coming, and the chances kept getting smaller. By 1999, a judge had seen enough. Robert Downey Jr. was sentenced to 3 years in a California state prison. The man with the Oscar nomination, the actor critics once called a generational talent, was now sitting in a prison cell, surrounded by the consequences of every decision that had brought him there. And Hollywood didn't wait for him. Studios dropped him from projects. Insurance companies refused to cover him. Directors who once wanted to work with him stopped returning calls. He went from being one of the most sought-after actors in the industry to someone nobody wanted to touch. Think about what that feels like. Watching everything you built, every opportunity you earned, every relationship you cultivated disappear almost overnight, like a light being switched off. If you've ever felt like the world moved on without you, like you blinked and suddenly found yourself standing still while everything else kept moving, then you already understand a piece of what Robert was living through. He got out of prison, but the story didn't get easier. In 2000, he joined the cast of Ally McBeal. It felt like a second chance. Audiences loved him again. His charm was still there. His talent was undeniable. People started talking about a comeback. Then, in November 2000, he was arrested again, found with drugs in a Palm Springs hotel room. The next day, he was fired. That was the bottom, the absolute bottom. Because this time, everyone could see the chances were running out. The industry had opened the door for him again, and he had walked right past it. There's something different about hitting bottom twice. The first time, there's still shock, still disbelief. The second time, you sit in the silence, and you know exactly how you got there. That understanding can be the heaviest thing of all. But this is where everything begins to change. In 2003, he met Susan Levin on a film set. She was grounded, direct, someone who looked at him clearly and didn't look away. She gave him a simple choice: get clean, or this doesn't work. No negotiations, no excuses, no middle ground. And he got clean. Not because Hollywood suddenly believed in him, not because the world applauded his effort, but because one person decided he was worth standing beside. Sometimes, that's all it takes. One person, one conversation, one decision, that changes the direction of everything. Then came 2008. Marvel made a decision that many people thought was a mistake. They cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. And he didn't just play Tony Stark, he became him. Because Robert understood something few actors ever could. He knew what it felt like to have everything, lose it publicly, and rebuild yourself from the ground up. That wasn't acting. That was lived experience. Iron Man earned more than $585 million worldwide. And the man Hollywood had once thrown away became one of the highest paid actors on Earth. So what is this story really about? It's not about talent. Plenty of talented people never come back. It's not about luck. Luck doesn't survive that many arrests, that many failures, that much public humiliation. It's about a decision, a quiet decision, an unglamorous decision. The decision to try one more time when everything inside you says there's no point. Your worst chapter is not your final chapter. The version of you sitting in whatever rock bottom looks like right now isn't the end of your story. It's simply the chapter that comes before everything changes. Robert Downey Jr. is proof that the world doesn't always get to decide when you're finished. Only you get to decide that. If this story connected with you, leave a comment and tell me where you are in your journey right now. Just be honest. No judgment. I'm Arshi. Thank you for watching. And next week, we're exploring the story of a man who lost everything. Not because of his own choices, but because life decided to take it all away. And how he turned that loss into something the world never forgot.